magic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me. No conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world.
Hey, how fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like 4th down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like...
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On play action, they'll throw. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. That'll bring up second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. Here we go. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes forced out to his left. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I'll tell you what, partner, let me go nostalgic here for a moment. You just don't see fullbacks use as weapons like we're seeing right now. Just think about 20 years ago. You had guys like Mike Allstott, Tom Rathman, Moose Johnston in Dallas. Now, it's almost something you never see. Throwing it to the fullback and letting him make a big play.
Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Ready, 50, plant.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hey, echo. Watch 85. Ball's going 85. Watch 85.
Now they try the right side here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes steps away to his left. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike yellow. Go. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check. Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Right there.
Working from the gun, Mahomes dancing to his left. There goes a deep ball, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Preston Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up the throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Go. Go back. We got motion. Back up.
They'll go with the keeper. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
61.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
57 to Mike. 15. 57 to Mike. Yo. Hero 15. Kill. Shoot.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's got it to Williams. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Here we go.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, Gordon. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
57 to Mike. Watch 57. Watch the run. 15. Alpha. 57 to Mike. Mike 57.
On 2nd and 2, Mahomes being chased out left. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Completes it to Aguilar. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back to throw. Aguilar has him, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10. 218, chop.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a loose football. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now a handoff looking right. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is taken at his 4. Shrugs him off. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Switch. Attack. Yellow.
On first down, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
On second and a long way to go. Mahomes buying time to his left. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Badgley on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Browns 28, Steelers 3.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Eluding the pressure right. It's caught here by Adams. 23 yards on the play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
Attack! Hey, 43.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Looking, and this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Davante Adams. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, there's something to build off of. That's what. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Results in a 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw here. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Andy Isabella, 76 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Double tight, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, orbit. Shoot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Smoke.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Dancing to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
54. Mike.
Yellow.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Attack, attack.
Check safety. Hey,
So after the INT, here's Mahomes being chased out left. And that's complete to Adams. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Hey, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Buying time to his left. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Yellow, yellow.
54. Yeah. You don't want
Hey, Sunday. 15.
General, flash. Watch the twist.
Yellow.
It's a safety cream.
Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Davante Adams. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No.
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
Going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Key tight end, key tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
General West. 5.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Yellow.
Watch the out. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Let's go.
Hey, 57.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, 43, 15.
Shit.
50, yellow.
Slam.
Mahomes now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mahomes now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
I want that. Hey, color. 15. Give me that ball. Right there.
Working from the gun, Mahomes forced out to his left. Mahomes hit, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit And in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got a man. Complete. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Go. Ready.
He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Hey, seam 6. Shoot.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Browns defense stands tall. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Easy. Under crunch.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Now he'll got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
15.
All day.
Hey, Ripley.
Just like that. Check 26.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Mike 54. Mike.
Right on these two. Yellow.
Check.
Red.
Fresno. Switch. Hey, check 24.
Hey, yellow. Hey, go.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it, eluding the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Adams. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
All you get is a headache. Hey, one set.
Attack.
Mike 54.
Mahomes now to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he right Rifles one incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Steelers 17. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Hey, it's just me and you.
Hey, Alpha.
It's just me and you.
Hey, go.
Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now Mahomes, flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Incomplete on the deep ball.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them.
This is caught at the 20, and down to the 20. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile,